Welcome to my Larapinta As You've Never Seen It series of videos. This video covers day 2 where I travel from Wallaby Gap to Mulga Camp. It starts off with a beautiful sunrise at Wallaby Gap, and then I start going through Bloodwood Flats, which is just beautiful and green at the moment, and lovely undulating sort of hills going through there. I see some real fairies at Fairy Spring, and that's true. And then get a bit of a taste of just how windy it can get around here. I then pass Arenge Bluff. It's the sun setting, and you watch the beautiful colours off Arenge Bluff. And then my last few kilometres I'm travelling at dusk, which was part magical and part scary for day 2. And it's just actually looking back on it, just an absolute delight. Just trekking in the dusk and the beautiful light that was coming off the sun. Really actually quite a special moment. So sit back, enjoy this video, and if you like it and you want to see how I went on the subsequent days, press subscribe. Enjoy. Morning, day 2 on the Larapinta Trail. Had a nice night, slept well, too well in fact. I got up about an hour later than I expected. I thought the daylight would wake me up, but it didn't. Might have to start setting alarms. Big day today, so I got quite a few kilometres to get in. It's about 20 past 9, so I'm just a little bit worried about walking through the heat, but anyway, well, hopefully it won't be too bad. Met up with a nice couple at the camp last night, Rick and Nolene. Nice to spend some time with you and share a few tips. Relatively cold night, 6.2 overnight, but I was warm with all my gear, and sleeping on the platform was pretty cool, and sleeping under the stars is amazing. Until the moon rose, probably must have been about midnight, and it's like they turn the lights on. Right, let's crack on for today. So a bit of a gear check. Already on this trail. Yesterday I've used 2 things I've never used before. One is my little emergency first aid kit that I carry in my pocket. I slipped and just cut the base of my little finger, hence why I'm wearing my gloves, just to keep the band-aid in place. So that's the first time I've ever had cause to use that. And a piece of gear that I very nearly didn't bring because I've just never used it ever, as useful as it might appear to be, is my Leatherman. So I actually used that yesterday to tighten up the screws on one of these walking poles, because it kept slipping under me, or retracting. So I used the screwdriver, but I've never ever used that Leatherman before, and as I said, I wasn't going to bring it. And I suspect before the end of the day I'll be using another piece of kit I've never used before, which will be the fly net, because those flies are just a little bit more annoying today than they were yesterday. It's back towards Euro Ridge. So named because it's supposed to sort of mimic or reflect the back and head of a Euro. The wallaroos are a native around here. The sun's coming off that beautifully, isn't it? I'm assuming that's it. I'm not seeing any of the little scorpions or so-called scorpions. They're not really scorpions, for which this, or from which this pool is named. But nice looking little piece of water. Apparently it's high in calcium, so not particularly palatable. Alright, Bloodwood Flat because there's bloodwood on the flat. Scorpion Pool because there's scorpions in the pool. Fairy Springs, we shall see. Are they fairies? Is that a fairy? I think so. What a beautiful spot. Look at those beautiful ghost gums just in there. They're magnificent. A bit ironic, that name. I'm almost losing my hat in this wind. I'm assuming that little thing down there is Simpson's Gap. So only just a couple of kilometres from finishing section 1. And it's windy. My first bit of spin effects. And they're right. They look fluffy, but they are really, really sharp. So there's been quite a few sections like this where you're just walking through nice shaded wooded bits with the breeze coming through. It's actually been really pleasant. Okay, section 1 completed. I thought there was another type of shelter here, but there doesn't seem to be. But anyway, yeah, toilets and up to these things. So yeah, I'm going to sit and have some lunch and then get ready for the next bit. All right, I found it. A bit confusing actually. Anyway, got there eventually. All right, get settled down here, have some lunch, regroup, get some water. And get going. All right, had lunch and a bit of a rest and hopefully waited for the worst of the heat to go past. It's just on 2 o'clock. Let's head off. Got a fair way to go and I've got to do it within about 4 hours. So I have to say I'm starting to feel a little bit apprehensive. I'm sure that's natural. But you know, I've only done one section. This is the biggest or the longest I'm going. This 15k is slightly uphill, but yeah, quite flat or relatively flat. So so I don't know particularly what I'm anxious about. It is quite hot, and it certainly feels hot. I'm yeah, probably just a little bit worried about that. But yeah, failure's not an option, so I'm just going to keep going and yeah, I'll be fine. So I've got an extra litre of water in here. There is an option about an hour before Mulga Camp, which is Arenge Bluff, just under that. So I've got that option that drops about 4.6 kilometres off the day. So I do have a sort of shorter alternative, although I don't think that one's got water. Hence, I've got a bit of extra water. Anyway, yeah, left anything, and so let's go. Lots of meandering through the gentle contours through here. And then over through there is Arenge Bluff. Yeah, the wildlife guy said that there's a lot of debris through here, and he's right. So I'm not actually going to go up through there. It's tempting, but I'm kind of running out of light, and to be honest, getting a bit exhausted. This is going to be my longest day, about 26 kilometres, and I've got another 6 or 7 to go. So I might give that little trudge a miss, unfortunately. Arenge Bluff. Or 2 bluffs really. Well, I've got about 4k to go and I'm buggered. I'm so buggered. Fitness feels alright, pack feels alright, legs are just a bit tired. But after 20 odd k, it's probably not surprising. Look at that. Beautiful.